Hello, everyone. We just got done talking about just the things that we did to prepare for this game. And we knew this was a team that was going to attempt 33 threes. They averaged 33 threes a game. And the goal was hold them to 15. The goal was make sure we run them off the three, um, make them take tough twos, uh, make it hard for them. On offense, be more aggressive, play downhill. We're one of the top free throw shooters in the conference. Players know that. Uh, and it was just moments where you don't help off strong side. And we did. The switches might have, we were just a little late on some of them, switching up high hand versus switching under. So it was just, and this team, I mean, they're one of the top shooting teams in the country, not just in the Big 12, that you can't give them that daylight. You know, strong side, if you help off, they're going to throw it strong side. If you're late on the switch and you're under, they're going to shoot it. So, again, just being really intentional about what we were supposed to do. But, you know, I want to echo Michaela sitting next to me because, again, every day she works her tail off. And that is bleeding over into our team. And they just echoed her in the locker room. Mick, we see you. Mick, keep working. And that matters too. And so that's a veteran team. That's a team with fifth years. That's a team that's played together. And this is a group that's still learning and still fighting and still competing. And that's what I'm most proud of. As a coach, you got to teach. And you got players who want to learn and willing to learn. And so you got to continue to grind it out, and you have to continue to grow. Um, and we will go back and we will look at this, and this is an area where we need to continue to improve. We will get better on the defensive end. That is something that we talk about every day, and that's something that we will continue to form and create our identity with.
Question. Coach, what were some of the defensive changes you tried to make during the game or the kind of limit that three-point shooting for Utah?
Well, we just talked about, I mean, in transition, you know, we normally send three to the offensive glass. I only sent one. I said, everybody else get back, right? Just so we can get back and get organized. So if Michaela was in there, she was going to the offensive glass. If Jazzion was in there, she was going, but everyone else get back. But then it was, don't help off of strong side, right? Be disciplined there on the switches. We could switch guard to guard, and we had four guards in there most of the time. So switch, but come together on the switches. We were switching before the screen. And so as we were switching before the screen, they were able to pull behind it, right? So it was just the one thing that we do a good job of is showing film, especially at halftime. So we had video. So we're showing them the live feed of us switching too early, helping off strong side, not getting back in transition, but also showing them where we were aggressive offensively. So just really trying to adjust on the screens, making sure we were there, making sure we were in help, and then literally not over helping. I thought we over helped every time. And that's okay if they scored a two. Don't over help and give up that three. And so those were things we were talking about pretty much throughout the game.
Coach, what would you say your biggest challenge was offensively?
Offensively, I think we get in little lulls a little bit. I thought we took some good shots and they did not fall. And we weren't getting those second chance opportunities. But I told them don't settle for threes. You know, don't settle for threes. Let that ball move. And every time we had really good ball movement, they were icing ball screens, so we told the screener to pop. There were looks that we were getting, and I thought that we were sharing the ball. Whenever we went one more, whenever we used the ball screen and the throwback, because again, they were icing and they were over helping on penetration. So it was just literally slowing down and seeing what was open. But then you got to knock down the wide open shot when you get it and finish around the rim. I thought we had a lot of looks around the rim that we needed to convert.
Wednesday, another team coming in, shoots the three-pointer a lot, TCU actually leads the conference.
Mm-hmm.
What changes are you want to make in your defense having to win this game?
Well, again, the good thing is we'll go back and we'll look a little bit at this Utah game before we prep for TCU. And a lot of it is, you know, depending on, they do a lot of four out, right? Because obviously Sedona's camping inside. They run a lot of split action. They run a lot of misdirection. And so it'll be similar in some ways of how we're going to switch it, who we're going to switch with, what lineups we're going to have in. We probably won't have double bigs. But we'll go back and we can use some of this Utah game in preparation as well.
Coach, what are you looking for specifically in these last four games of Big 12?
To win. I mean, that's always the goal. But to play better together, to put more than 1 quarter, 2 quarter, we just want to put 4. We've seen our team do really good things for 37 minutes. We want to see them do it for 40 plus. So I think it's just putting it all together, and everyone being on the same night. We've seen glimpses of players, 2 or 3 players on. I want everybody to see this team on and clicking on all cylinders for the remainder of the season.
Coach, what do those conversations look like in the huddle?
Mhm.
Kind of a lopsided affair, but still trying to keep your girls focused.
Well, they're focused. They're locked in. This is a group that's not quitting. They're not hanging their head. They're talking to each other before I even get there. And that's the one thing about the team. They talk through it. You know, our huddles are tight. They're talking about what they need, what they see. And so that's the part. This is player-led, coach-supported. And the players know that they have a voice, very high IQ players that understand. So we're talking about what we need to do to adjust, to fix it, and then fix that next play, whatever it may be.
Question for Michaela?
Yeah, Michaela. Yeah, talk to Michaela.
Caleb, you had 2 big threes earlier tonight. What sort of went into those looks?
Well, I practice threes all the time in practice. It's just me being open, being confident in my shot, but also having my teammates be confident in me. They want me to shoot the ball, so I'm going to shoot the ball. They trust me by passing it to me, so I'm going to knock it down for them.
Michaela, what will you guys as players try to improve on going into Wednesday?
I think we just need to make adjustments faster. Like Coach said, we communicate through a lot of ball screens, through switches. We just need to make it faster because in the first quarter we weren't switching up, and so now we just need to take that into TCU.
Michaela, energy is something that can't be taught. And it feels like night in, night out, you always provide that for your team. Have you had that your whole career, you think, or have you started that?
Yeah, I played for a very competitive high school program out of California, Archbishop Mitty. Consistently, like, #1 in the nation, so our coach expected that out of us. Coming from a mid-major, I wanted to prove myself here, coming to a Power 4 school. So if it can't be being the fastest, the most talented player on the floor, I'm going to be the hardest worker.
I think she's done that.
How difficult is it when you're playing a team that shoots this well from 3-point to try to defend it? Plus, they can run backdoor plays, they can get inside. I mean, they do a lot of really quality things on offense. How difficult is that as a player to try to defend that?
Yeah, well, Utah's a great team. I think they execute very well. We just need to make adjustments. That's what we know. That's what they want to do. So we need to run them off the 3-point line, make them make tough twos, guard the back door, be in help.
Right here.
Towards the end of the second quarter, there was a timeout and you guys went on an ankle run.
Mhm.
What did you guys change during that timeout that led to that little bit of an offense?
Well, I think we talked more about, from a defensive standpoint, the things that Michaela and I just mentioned. And I think it's more about sometimes the lineup. We made some substitutions to our lineup, and we had more opportunities to switch and be in spaces and gaps and take away the back doors and arrive on the catch, and made them take contested shots or tough twos. And when we were there, they missed, right? When we did what we were supposed to do and we executed. So that was the run. And you see us go on runs, but we need to be consistent there. We need to sustain it there. And that's the thing that this group still trying to work it out and figure out. We had some lineups that normally don't play together that were out there. Not having, obviously, Maggie Besseling, not having Kennedy Fauntleroy. Jazzion Jackson was limited. Jaya Levette, I'll see what went on with her because she came out early. And so I think people are stepping up in moments, but you got to play through some things when you've never played this long or with these minutes or with this group. So it's the beauty of it. You can see it with Michaela, where she might not have played a lot early, but she has worked her way and cracked the starting lineup because of her work. And so I think the more that we work on this and emphasize the things in practice, the players will have that confidence, going in. And we talk about this is a season, and then conference tournament is another season, right? So if we are putting it all together, for the tournament, like, it's not over for us. We're not in the locker room saying we're done. We're in the locker room saying we're going to continue to improve and continue to get better.
Everybody good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.